Miyamoto Book of the Five Rings quotes number 8. You can only fight the way you practice. You should only practice the way you would actually fight. This was one of my heartburns over becoming a second-degree black belt in Shorin-ryu. I had to know like 35 katas up to that point, 36 katas. And I was like, man, this is stupid. I'm never going to fight using the moves of kata. Even though kata often had moves that masters used hidden in the kata that they'd actually used and were successful in combat. And then later on in life, as you get wiser, and I have a little bit, I created my own kata for my system. And I'm using things and techniques that really worked for me in dynamic application of technique in fighting. So when I practice that, it's reinforcing things. So now I understand the wisdom of kata back when I was younger and full of piss and vinegar. But, when we talk about mixed martial arts, this is why, if you want to survive on the ground, you better know some ground fighting. Back when it started, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, you had strikers and you had, ground fighters and, wrestlers and now it's all blended, man. They go to striking coaches, they go to conditioning coaches, they go to jiu-jitsu coaches, Thai boxing coaches, boxing coaches. I mean, it's just this whole thing. So that's the reality is if you want to have multi-dimensional aspects to your game, then you must fight the way you practice. You must practice the way you fight. With firearms, I really want to get into simunitions because the reality is 10% should be static. You're not moving, the target not moving. The reality is 90% of all gunfights are going to be you moving and the target's moving. And that's how I try to train. I want 90% of my firearms training to be me moving and hopefully the target moving too. If not, at least I'm moving and trying to shoot a target, and then it's better. But, the reality is if you're both moving, and I've been on a range where that happened, it leveled up my game. But you can only fight the way you practice. You should practice the way you would actually fight. And there's kind of a saying on this. I'm rambling a little bit, but there's a saying back in police academies, and I'm sure in other dojos and training areas, the more you sweat in here, the less you'll bleed on the street. Well, only if you're practicing the way you would actually fight. So this has been a good one. Cheers. We'll talk at you later. Bye.